Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. This is a good section to discuss personal responsibility from a couple of different angles. One is that we seem to live in a world where people are always blaming their problems on everybody else. You can't turn on the TV where you don't see someone feeling like a victim and not reflecting enough on their own personal responsibility. I think we all need to think what we are responsible for and not just point our fingers at others. Sure, there's a lot of things outside us that deserve correcting. We have to work hard to fix this world, and sometimes there are really bad guys who do harm, and we need to stop them. And they do harm to us sometimes, and we need to stop them from doing harm in our lives. But we also have to think in so many situations what we can do to change ourself. Because in a Buddhist view, self and the world are not two. And to quote from that great Bodhisattva, John Lennon, if I can remember what he said, you don't want to start a revolution before you free your mind instead. Something like that. So we work in Buddhism to look inward, realizing that inward and outward are not two. Can we drop the greed, the anger, the resistance, the ignorance within ourselves, and thereby change our whole experience of this life and world? Can we find peace within ourselves and therefore make this world in that way a more peaceful place? That doesn't mean there's not things to do outside in the world about bringing peace, stopping war, curing hunger, helping those who need help. Don't get me wrong. But can we also work on ourselves inside? Buddhism is about all of that. There's another aspect of personal responsibility I'd like to speak of today. And that's the view that, well, even though we have things to work on ourselves and in this world is perfect too. This is an important Buddhist view. My view on this is that we can have many views all at once, all true, seemingly in conflict. It's very Zen. You can say and see and taste and experience this life from different views, different ways, all true at once. So everything in this world is a jewel in its way, even the things we don't like. Flowers are just flowers. Weeds are just weeds. But the weeds are perfectly weeds. Perfectly wonderful weeds. Now get out there and pull those weeds. Water and nurture those flowers. It's the same with ourselves. We are each perfectly who we are. Not one hair on your head. Actually, I don't have too many today. Not one hair on your head that needs changing. Not one hair on your head to take away or add to make you more you. You too are a jewel. Okay? That said, our Buddhist practice is about working on who we are too to get better. On the one hand, there's nothing more you need to change about this life. Nothing needs to be better. This life is perfectly this life. On the other hand, we got a lot of changing to do and things we can make better. Both true at once. That is Zen practice. There's nowhere to go, no goal to attain. Yet we practice step by step. This was Master Dogen's great lesson. We are always, always Buddhas, but we must act like Buddhas every moment. So I point up the great story of the sixth patriarch and the two poems, one which emphasized that there is a mirror that needs to be constantly polished, the other that says that the mirror, it's not even there. The dust is not even there. there's nothing to polish, which is true. All of it. So polish, polish, polish. I spoke about brushing your teeth, combing your hair. Just like that. We practice every day. Practice on what? Being guided by the precepts. Freeing ourself of itself, which means freeing ourself of greed, attachment, anger, jealousy, resistance, ignorance, fear, dropping self away, even as we work to improve ourself moment by moment. Okay? That's my lecture today on personal responsibility. Now, where's my bell? Darn it, somebody hid my bell. Who hid my bell? Just kidding. Shall we sit?